The message arrived just after midnight. A single notification, no name, no explanation. Only 4 words, "I should have stayed." Amina stared at the screen, her fingers frozen, her heart suddenly awake after years of silence. Outside, the village slept peacefully, unaware that the past had quietly returned. She hadn't heard from him in 3 years, 3 years of unanswered questions, 3 years of learning how to breathe without waiting. The message felt heavier than anger, heavier than love. She remembered the night he left. No fight, no goodbye, just distance pretending to be destiny. He had promised to return. He never did. And now, after all this time, when she had finally learned how to move forward, he had found the courage to look back. Amina locked her phone and whispered to herself, "Some messages come too late." Amina sat on the edge of her bed, the phone still warm in her hand. That single sentence echoed in her mind, opening doors she had locked away for years. She remembered how he used to speak about the future, confidently, as if nothing could ever pull him away. He had dreams larger than the village, larger than promises. On the night he left, he told her distance would make them stronger. He said love could survive time. He said he would come back when everything was settled. Amina believed him. She remembered waiting by the road at sunset, counting days instead of hours. Every sound felt like footsteps. Every passing car carried hope, and then took it away. The memory didn't hurt the way it used to. It felt quieter now, heavier, because what remained wasn't pain. It was understanding. Some people don't leave because they want to. They leave because they are afraid to stay. Amina didn't reply that night. She placed the phone face down, as if silence itself was an answer. For years she had imagined this moment, what she would say if he ever returned, even through words on a screen. But now that it was real, she realized something unexpected. She no longer needed closure. The message wasn't an apology. It wasn't a question. It was regret, arriving late, asking to be forgiven without asking. Amina stood by the window and watched the moon climb slowly into the sky. Once she had waited for him to choose her. Now she was choosing herself. She opened the message again, read it one last time, and instead of replying, she deleted the conversation. Because some choices are not about revenge or pride. They are about finally letting go and allowing the past to remain where it belongs. Morning arrived gently, as if nothing had happened. Sunlight slipped through the window, touching the walls of Amina's room, steady and patient. For the first time in years, she woke up without checking her phone. Outside, the village moved the way it always had. Children laughing, footsteps on dusty roads, life continuing without explanation. Amina stepped outside and breathed in the cool air. There was no weight in her chest, no rush to respond, no fear of losing something she no longer needed. She realized that healing didn't arrive with answers, it arrived with acceptance. Some stories don't end with reunion, they end with peace. As Amina walked forward, leaving the past behind her, she understood the truth she had been learning all along. Not every message deserves a reply, and not every love is meant to return.
That evening, Amina returned to the same road where she once waited for him. The sky was painted in soft shades of gold and fading blue, calm and forgiving. She stood there for a moment, not with hope, but with clarity. For years, she believed love meant waiting, believing, holding on even when silence was all she had. But life had taught her something different. Love was not meant to be a question without an answer. It was not meant to arrive late, wrapped in regret. Amina took out her phone one last time. The message was still there. I should have stayed. She read it slowly, then closed her eyes. And without anger, without sadness, she deleted it. Because some messages are not meant to be answered. They are meant to remind us how far we've come. Amina turned away from the road and walked forward, not waiting, not looking back. For the first time, the past no longer followed her. Subscribe for more African tales of love, loss, and the lessons life leaves behind.